Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I want to talk about a few things this morning, kind of quick and easy. I want to talk about my Facebook page, first of all. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And two false rumors. And the fact checks are right below because there's going to be people that don't believe it. And there's going to be fact check it yourself. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the quote that I have not, like I've told you guys before, when I do yesterday's videos, I don't check the views, I don't check the comments or anything until after I finish today's video, because otherwise I get sidetracked. And so I heard my notifications going off like crazy yesterday after I did the Trump video about telling his followers to police the polls for bags of blank. So I want to talk about my fear of what I see happening. All right, first let me start with my Facebook page. Okay, initially I had about 150 friends, like everybody else, friends and people I went to school with and family. And then Donald Trump came along, and the United States, or everybody, every place, everywhere, just kind of split into two. And at first, I tolerated the Trump supporters with their angry rhetoric and their prejudiced views and all that stuff. And little by little, I unfriended them. I did. And honestly, I started like at the last election, 2020. And since I got this YouTube channel, I figured that a lot of people, I could bring a lot of people from my Facebook page to my YouTube channel. So I started friending just tons of people, as long as they weren't Trump supporters, as long as they were Democrats or liberals and against Trump, I friended them. And I had like 2,000 friends, people that were listed as friends. Okay, then about 3 months ago, I realized that I wasn't seeing any of the posts by the people I really cared about. I was seeing nothing but political posts. I wasn't seeing the posts from my own sister, from my own family. So I unfriended like 1,500 people in one day. It took me like 3 hours to I just bam, 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 unfriend. Are you sure? Yes. It took me like 3 hours to unfriend 1,500 people, just so I could get it down to about 150 people that I recognize the names, friends and family, people I went to school with that aren't Trump supporters. Like I said, I don't want to hear their rhetoric. I don't want to hear it. And I'm gonna talk about some of this rhetoric. All right, so I know there's a couple on there that are friends from high school or whatever, or even family members that I know are Trump supporters, but they don't put the angry rhetoric out there. We have more things in common, like cars or music or whatever. I'll see posts like from this girl about cars or music or whatever. But I suspect they're Trump supporters. But I don't have to see their angry rhetoric and their false claims and all this other stuff. So I'm friends with them. But like once in a while they'll put a post up, and I saw some yesterday. Yesterday there was a post on one of my friends from high school, this girl, and it talked about Whoopi Goldberg and Guy Fieri. That's it. Okay, so Guy Fieri. You know what? My first girlfriend, when I got clean and sober, Paul, she loved food, and she was a foodie, and she loved this guy. I could never stand this guy. I disliked him like 10 years ago, and I still can't stand him now. I'm no fan of Whoopi Goldberg either. She was great in Jumping Jack Flash. But anyway, all right, so there's this post that Guy Fieri kicks Whoopi Goldberg out of his restaurant. So I'm like, this to me, I don't know why these people don't have common sense. To me, I'm asking myself, why would Whoopi Goldberg go to Guy Fieri's restaurant? Because I'm pretty sure Guy Fieri is a Trump-leaning, more conservative type guy. I don't see why she would, why she would intentionally, like, I wouldn't walk into a Trump restaurant. When I was in Florida, when I visited Florida, I stayed out of those places. All right, so I do a fact check on this morning, and it turns out Whoopi Goldberg herself talked about this, and it's totally false. There's two false claims. There's one that she was banned from Guy Fieri's restaurant, or she was kicked out of Guy Fieri's restaurant. False. The fact checks are down below. Check them yourself. And then there's another one about Gordon Ramsay. She was banned from Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. just in the last day or two, I've started watching a couple of Gordon Ramsay shows. I never got into him before. I think he drops the F-bomb way too much. I mean, it loses its point. You know, if you use it in every sentence, the F-bomb, you know, it loses its strength. You know, so that's one of my criticisms of Gordon Ramsay. Anyway, these are both completely false. All right. But the most troubling thing is when I looked, so this girl posts this, she doesn't fact check or anything. She just posts this right up there like it's true. And I look at the comments, and the comments, every comment is from people I'm familiar with, people that I went to school with, or I knew from around. And every single one of them is from, see, we have farm country up here in Connecticut, and we have cities, you know, it's varied. And every single one of them is from the farm country. The people that I know live up in the farm country. And, you know, the 40, 50, 60-year-old white males from the farm country. And they're all like, yeah, great, I hate her, you know. And, you know, now I'm just amazed. I'm reading this, and I'm like, what kind of friends does this girl have? You know, why do they hate Whoopi Goldberg so much? Because she has opinions? Because she's a black woman? Because she speaks out against white men? I mean, for what other reason would you hate Whoopi Goldberg? Like I said, I'm not a fan of her, but I couldn't believe the animosity from some people. Then this was posted on TMZ, and it was the same thing there. There was a lot of comments, angry comments, people that just hate Whoopi Goldberg. You know, but it's not because she's a black woman, of course. No, it's because, you know, she's got a big mouth or blah, blah, blah. You know. No, yeah. Keep telling yourself that. Okay. So that's completely false. Then I see another false claim. This one's just ridiculous. It's a sheriff down on the border, and he's claiming that $5,000 gift cards are being passed out to people coming over the border, immigrants. I refuse to call them illegal immigrants. 5,000. He claims that new cars. And seriously, it's like they won a game show as soon as they come over the border, and people actually believe this. You know, why would they possibly do that? Who would do that for a vote? Are you kidding me? It is true that there's some private organizations, nonprofits, that hand out, if people come over the border and they have nothing and they have kids and they haven't eaten in days, they give them a $25 gift card for food for their family, for a meal. That's true. So the sheriff says that he heard this from when he was asked, why are you saying that there's $5,000 gift cards being given out in cars? And he says, well, I heard this from reputable people that are on the border, one of those fuzzy kind of claims, but he won't name any, just people that know told me, and I believe it. And then people on Facebook believe it, and then you get a couple million Trump supporters that are just raging, and they're so angry. How come these people are getting $5,000 gift cards, and I have to work all week and pay taxes, and blah? And this is why they're so angry, because they believe nonsense instead of just doing a simple fact check and realizing they're being played. They're being used by this billionaire New York developer, is using you to get power. Okay, that brings me to the next thing. I did this video yesterday, like I said, and I haven't checked the views yet. I know that I'm almost positive there's a lot of comments. And here's the problem I have with Trump saying this. Like I said yesterday, I thought it was a little too nice in yesterday's video. I kind of regret it, because I was like, well, Hillary Clinton said deplorables, and, let's all get along and come together. That was me in yesterday's video. And after I made that video, I was a little too nice, because I really didn't talk about the fear of what's going to happen, the result of what Trump is saying. When Hillary said the thing about the basket of deplorables, that's all she said. She made a comment about a group of people who are somewhat deplorable, and they love being called deplorables, and that was it. But Donald Trump went way beyond that. He is saying he's asking his supporters to go out, like similar with January 6th. It's like the same version. He's trying. It's election interference. How do you define a bag of crap? What's a bag of crap? Let's be honest. what is a bag of crap? To these Trump supporters. Let me guess. Probably somebody that doesn't look. I'm part Native American, by the way, but I could pass for 100% Caucasian, and I'm about mid 50s, 60s. So I'm probably not a bag of shit or a bag of crap. But let me guess, who would be a bag of crap? Probably somebody that doesn't look like me, right? So I could see this. What's going to happen in when the election comes in November? The problem here is a lot of the people that here. We have a huge population of Puerto Rican people here, and I've already seen videos where Puerto Rican people are harassed. There was just a famous one that I did a video about not too far from here about 3 months ago, where this lady and her husband harassed this guy and his brother that owned the lawn care business. They're Puerto Rican citizens. They don't speak much English, but they're American citizens. Puerto Rico is a what's it called? A territory of the United States. And anybody born after 1941 in Puerto Rico is a United States citizen and can vote and all that. So when these Trump supporters go to the polls and they see a Puerto Rican person, a U.S. citizen, voting, that might not even be able to speak English, because a lot of my friends have parents that don't speak English still. What are they going to think? Is this what Donald Trump is talking about? Because in their minds, they don't know Mexican people from Puerto Rican people or whatever. And I could see all sorts of problems and then there's going to be Puerto Rican people that might be actually afraid to go to the polls because of this nonsense. This is just plain authoritarianism, where only the white people's vote, white working man's vote counts. It's bull. It's scary. Even scarier than that. After I did the video yesterday, this morning I saw on TMZ, they did a story on it. I'll put the link down below. And on TMZ stories, you could comment at the bottom. They have emojis like, sad, happy, angry, WTF, and you could just check one. And I was shocked to see that there was the second most votes they loved the fact that Donald Trump, like over 1,000 people that read this article, loved the fact that Donald Trump said this. Because I kind of figured TMZ was for younger, more open-minded voters or citizens. The most votes were for garbage or trash, which it is. He is trash. Trump is trash. And this is the reason why he shouldn't be president. This is blatantly un-American. This is blatantly anti-democratic, anti-democracy, the stuff that he's putting out there already. We're headed for disaster. That's my thoughts today. Let me know what you think. I'll be back later with another video.